This is the Ms.FitVegan podcast, episode 176. I'm so grateful to have this podcast. Thank you so much for being here and listening. I'm really grateful for it because I make my own rules, and this is why. Oh my gosh, this is why you got to work for yourself, boo. Because I make my own rules. I do whatever I want. And you don't like it, you could go somewhere else. You don't like it. It is what it is, boo. You don't have to be here. Go to another podcast. And so I don't just have to talk about diet and health, which is like my number one passion in life. But I'm just sharing my human experience here while I'm here. And so this episode, I'm going to talk about something. I had a aha moment this morning, or as Awa calls it, a ha-ha moment, because she's from France and English is her second language, and some terminology she just cannot grasp. So like the aha, she always calls it by mistake a ha-ha moment, which I think is so funny and so cute. So my ha-ha moment this morning was on my bike. I finally fixed my bike yesterday, and so I went on a long bike ride yesterday, and then today I went on a 2-hour bike ride, and it's just so heavenly to me. I love riding my bike. I didn't learn how to ride a bike until 27, and that's because I never wanted to do anything my sister couldn't do, and my sister was disabled. She was in a wheelchair. So then when I finally met my boyfriend, he convinced me to learn how to ride a bike. He taught me. And ever since then, oh my gosh, I fell in love with bike riding, and I love it so, so much. And I get so many insights, and it's like a meditation for me being on my bike. And I love listening to classical music on my bike. And I love listening to Lil Wayne. And I love listening to lectures and just all types of things. But when I listen to classical music on the bike, I feel like I'm in a movie. It's just incredible, and I love it. Love it. So I was on my bike this morning, and I realized something. So my whole life, I never wanted to get married. I always said this, and I always believed this. I just didn't believe in it, and I just never saw any good examples of it growing up, or, just in general. I never saw a marriage that I wanted to be in. And I don't like the state getting involved in my fucking life any more than it has to, the government and the state and whatever. But this morning I realized, and actually, no, let me tell you, a few months ago, I changed my mind. And I realized that I would like to get married one day. I would. That is something that I am going to do. I'm going to get married one day. And this morning, I realized why I changed my mind, because my friend keeps asking me, three of my friends actually keep asking. They're like, wait, why did you change your mind? You were so for 37 years, you said you were never going to get married. You never wanted to get married. And now I realize, so this morning I realized that I said that I never wanted to get married because I had a belief that nobody would ever want to marry me. I had a belief that I was not worthy of being married, because who would want to ever be married to me? And because of that belief, I decided that I was the one who was never going to get married. Like, it was going to be my choice. So that even if I met someone that I really, really loved and I really wanted to be with forever, I would say to them that I never wanted to get married. And that prevented them from ever rejecting me and saying that they wouldn't want to marry me. You see how it works, right? Like, I said it first, so you can't reject me. You can't embarrass me, or you can't say that you don't want to marry me. I already said it first. And it's very interesting how our mind works. And I realized in the last year, 2 years, I've been working on my self-worth and my self-esteem and my confidence and my self-belief and my worthiness. I've been working on it a lot. And I realized a few months ago that I am worthy and deserving of love. I am worthy and deserving of all the love and abundance in the universe. And I am worthy of being someone's wife. And even though I never saw a healthy relationship as a kid, that doesn't mean that I can't study and learn how to be in a relationship and how to communicate with the opposite sex and how to be the most amazing wife to the most amazing husband. That's what life is. We learn the things we want to learn so we can live the life we want to live. And I do want to get married. And it feels so amazing to say that because I realized today why I was so against it. And that's because I didn't believe that it was something that I could ever manifest, because I didn't feel worthy of it. And so I'm sharing this because maybe there's something in your life that you're really, really, really against. But maybe it's because you don't feel worthy to experience it. Maybe there's something you hate, but you're actually really jealous of it or of that person. And you just don't think that you can look like that or have that life. But the truth is, you are worthy. You are worthy. You're worthy of love. You're worthy of happiness. You're worthy of being confident. You're worthy of the body you want and the job you want and all the freedom you want and the house and the car and whatever you want. You are worthy of it. Now, you got to do things to earn that, but you don't have to earn love. That's a misconception. That's a lie. You don't have to do anything to earn love. And I had to learn that the hard way because I always thought that people only loved me because I had a lot of money. I always had more money than everyone because I worked really hard. I didn't hang out. I wasn't chilling my whole life. You feel me? Like a lot of people, they just they travel and they chill and they go to college and they hang out. And I didn't do that. I just worked. And that's my comfort zone. And that's what I like to do. Or is it because that's what's comfortable and familiar for me to do? You see, we have to keep looking at what do we actually love as opposed to what feels good because it's all we've known. Binging on junk food, chips and cookies and candies and candy bars and ice cream feels good for a second. Maybe because that's all we've known. That's the only way we've known how to deal with stress. That's the way we've known that helps in the moment for us to feel a little relief. But we don't actually want to do that because what happens is we feel sick after and we gain weight and we break out and we can't sleep and we don't feel good and we're not in a good mood and we're farting and we're nauseous and it doesn't feel good. But we tell ourselves a story. We say we can't not do it. That's who we are. We binge on food. We can't resist cookies and cakes and candies. And I'm here to tell you that I'm on the other side. I'm on the other side of the old me. And I'm right now living my dream life. And part of my dream life is having chocolate and cookies and cake and ice cream in the house. Y'all, there's vegan ice cream and vegan chocolate, cookies and cakes and donuts and snacks, potato chips, all the things that I used to love. that I used cereal and everything that I used to love, that I thought I could never, ever, ever be around alone and not binge on it. And I'm here to tell you that it is possible. It is possible. 11 years ago, I said goodbye to the old me. And it wasn't easy. It was not easy. Because that old me that was very safe and familiar. And it's very uncomfortable to be different. And it just like it's very uncomfortable for me to admit to my friends that now I want to get married one day. Like, I don't even have a boyfriend. Like, what am I talking about, right? But you know what? We're allowed to change. And we're allowed to grow. And we're allowed to be a better, newer, I was going to say sexier. Yeah, sexier, better, wiser, healthier version of ourselves. Every single second is a brand new moment you've never lived before, ever. You've never lived this day, and it will never come again. There will never, ever be another day just like this one. And so you have to understand that you've been stuck in the past too long, and you're allowed to change your mind, and you're allowed to be a new version of yourself. And I don't care what anybody thinks. I truly don't. If somebody's going to judge me because I want to get married now, if somebody's going to judge me because I don't want to have kids, maybe in the future I will want to have kids. Hey, who knows? I haven't changed my mind on that one yet. But because I just feel like it's not for me. Unless you really, really, really want to have kids, I don't think you should have them. But people judge me all the time because I'm a woman, and apparently women are supposed to have kids. You know, it's not as bad as it used to be in the olden days, but I still get judged because that's the thing that apparently we're supposed to do. But says who? Says who? And there's a lot of things that I don't do that a lot of people do. And there's a lot of things that a lot of people don't do that I do. And you gotta just do you. You gotta do you. Because otherwise, you're gonna get to the end of your life and look back and regret it. And you're gonna feel that weight of regret that Jim Rohn always talks about, how discipline weighs ounces, but regret weighs tons. Guys, be disciplined. Do the things that you said you were going to do, because regret is a motherfucker. Anyway, I'll just wrap up this episode by saying thank you so much for listening. And don't be afraid to change your mind. And don't be afraid to be open to the possibilities that you could be saying something just because you don't feel worthy and deserving. And so you're saying you're against something, or you hate someone, or you're jealous of someone. But perhaps maybe it's because you really, really, really want that, but you're afraid that you're not worthy of it. It's just a thought, just a concept I wanted to put out there. And I want to say thank you so, so much. This podcast has really helped me to start to learn how to express myself, which is something I never did in the past. I kept everything inside, everything. And this podcast has been very healing for me. And I'm still not a great communicator yet with other people. But through this podcast, I am learning how to communicate my feelings. And I'm getting better every single day. And I'm studying people like John Gray, who have helped me tremendously to feel feelings, because I was not able to feel my feelings for 37 years. And it culminated one day in March of this year, where I woke up with a severe, severe pain. And I have talked about this many times on the podcast, but it was nothing wrong with me. I went to the ER, I went to doctors, I got x-rays, I got tests, I got blood tests, I got all the things done, and there was nothing wrong with me. And it turns out what was wrong with me was that I was so fucking angry, and I was so sad, and I was so sick from eating food to try and not feel. But eventually, my body broke down, and my body said, no, you're going to have to feel feelings, or else we're not going to let you eat fruit and vegetables anymore. There was nothing else wrong with me, guys. Crazy. And then I started healing. I started expressing myself and hitting the bed and scream therapy and talking about my feelings and doing meditations and writing letters to people. And you don't even have to mail them. But then I also started this podcast too, all in the name of healing. And I healed. And now I'm back to eating my fruit and vegetables and being the sexiest raw vegan with a podcast. And it feels really good to be on my path. And it's not easy. Every day is not going to be easy. Today wasn't an easy day. But I'm grateful as fuck. And I have an interview in like 10 minutes, so I gotta go. I love you guys. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being open to the possibility that you might be feeling unworthy. And it's okay. You're not bad or stupid for that. You just are it's a misunderstanding. It's misinformation. You are worthy. You are worthy of the life that you want and the love that you want and everything you want. You were born worthy because God, He doesn't make no mistakes, boo. Whether you believe in religion or not, that doesn't matter. There is a creator, okay? Call it God, call it fruit, I don't care. The creator created you in their image. You are perfect and worthy and deserving of everything you want. Some things you have to earn, but one thing for sure you don't have to earn, which is love. You are lovable, and you deserve to be loved, and you deserve to be in love with everything, not just a soulmate, but life, your body, nature, food, everything. All right. Thanks for listening. Bye.